welcome back to another episode of the Shenopsis. We are 4 social media influencers bringing your edgy ratchet group chats to life. Yay! As Ty sneaks by.
Oh, hi.
So, let's get some things out the way first.
Church announcements.
Church announcements. Yes, ma'am. So, please follow us on all social media platforms. We are at the Shenopsis. If you also have any questions, any talk show ideas, you can hit us up in our Gmail, theshenopsis@gmail.com, and follow us on listening sites. We are on TuneIn, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm.
Please give us a comment and give us a 5-star rating. Thank you.
Don't forget.
Alrighty, my name is Keisha, and we are back.
We're back.
Yeah, we've had some technical.
We back.
We've had some technical difficulties, so we are
No
now.
back.
All right.
Wow.
I already
No.
see it.
Cuatro. Backo.
I see.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I see how this episode is gonna go.
I'm sorry,
And
Keisha.
I'm not here for it.
Okay. Action.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Y'all good? Y'all
Yes.
straight?
Y'all,
Are you okay?
Are you two
Are you
okay?
Yes.
Okay.
See.
This is what happens when we take the time off.
Lord,
So-
Lord help.
We have great show topics. This week we are taping, so we will be on YouTube. And hopefully our audio will work this week.
Yeah. It's gonna get posted up today because I'm sick of SoundCloud
Yes.
bullshit.
We got to start with the weekend recap.
Yes, I am. Okay. So we're gonna start off with our weekend recap.
Our 17-week recap because
Gather all the squirrels.
Now she gathering.
Sorry.
Who is the host?
she started off squirrely.
Swirly.
Good.
And now she wants to gather.
Cuatro.
And now she's still
Why do
being
you
squirrely.
keep saying
Anyway,
What?
like I said before,
Alright.
stop
Alright.
hearing. Like I said before, I am Keisha. What did I do this weekend? I went over and I had a play date with my best friends, and we let the kids just run around while we drank wine and ate good food.
Nice.
So
That
it's
sounds
good.
very adult.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. We don't get to do that often, so that was what I did yesterday. And Friday I kind of just hung out and watched some reruns and passed out on the couch because I was tired. I was exhausted. Yes.
I'll go next.
Oh.
If you are currently dating me
Oh.
and I didn't return any of your calls this weekend, I ignored you on purpose.
Oh.
That's what I was doing this weekend.
Time's up.
Basically,
Honestly,
she played you
Not
off the
me
stage
too.
like you do at the Oscars.
como say anyway.
What is happening?
Como say anyway. Like, I just took this weekend for myself. You know, I sat down, created some new affirmations because we are at the 6-month mark for the year. I started off the year wanting certain things. Now it's time for me to buckle down and make sure that those things happen.
Okay.
Okay, ipso facto, ignorito.
Okay. I was with you until the ignore.
Right, we're speaking this.
Okay, for the second part of the episode, I'll go into French.
Please don't, and thank you. Karen, how was your weekend?
Oui.
I'll be speaking in a Nigerian accent.
No, you will not. Oh my God. Why are y'all like this?
My weekend was pretty laid back. It's my weekend off, so I'm kind of just gathering myself. I feel like I've been on the move for like the past month or some change.
Because
I
you
kinda
have.
just wanna
You
sit
should
down.
feel
What
that
do you
way.
need?
You should be.
Yeah.
It's a valid feeling.
Since the end of April, like
A
what do you
month
need?
later, now all of a sudden she feels tired. Meanwhile, we
Check
were
that
tired.
out.
We were tired.
We were
A
tired.
month later, now she wants
Now
to be
we're
tired.
weary.
You know what it reminds me of? You know how when people get married and they put those cans on the back and the cans is dragging? That's how we were. She was driving the celebration bus and we were on the back of it. Yes.
I'm ready.
Yes.
So like, how long we finna celebrate,
I'm
Karen?
ready. I came to one birthday brunch.
Quite enough.
And it was
It's French for what's up.
Is it? Okay.
It is.
All right.
I'm actually 25% French lingual.
We need to check that out.
25%.
Is that for what you learned in high school? Oh, okay.
Okay. That was my weekend. Pretty boring. So there's that.
Hi, Lydia. My week sucked. And back to you in the studio.
Well,
Stay classy.
No.
You're in the studio.
Seriously, my week, no, like legit, that's not even me being dramatic. My week fucking sucked.
For once.
First of all, okay.
Pow.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, so, my dog unfortunately died on Tuesday, so that kind of fucked up my whole week.
How do you say your name? Your dog's name?
Puka.
Aww.
Yeah, so my baby girl was 13, and, yeah, she was in a lot of pain, and we had to put her to sleep, so that ruined pretty much the rest of my week. And then my uncle had a heart attack Friday afternoon, so he's fine. He's alive and crabby, so I guess it's better than dead and cold. So
India.
Like,
Dang.
like this week has fucking sucked.
This weekend,
Balls. And this weekend I really just didn't want to talk to people, and then I realized that people just want to smoke with me this week, and I don't understand why. Like Monday, I was fine, I was good, and then once Tuesday happened, I was already like, all right, this is a long week. When can I go to bed? And that's really all I wanted to do. That's really. I'm just like, I don't really care. I don't have the emotional fortitude to deal with your shit and my shit. I win, so fuck out of here. I'll deal with it in another month or two.
I win.
Basically.
I like that. I win.
I mean, I guess I'm feeling a little bit better, but
Smoke.
you can still get
Fume.
this. Yeah. Okay. Wow. We're having a whole.
Hot fire.
Jamaican.
Dion.
Hot fire. You know the 5 greatest rappers in the world are?
That's
Thailand,
true. I just want to point out
More
that
Dion.
is not a Nigerian accent.
Well,
But-
I've decided I want to be Jamaican. So
okay. Alright.
Now what?
Someone else.
Come see part of the team guys.
Send
Ooh.
Send help.
Put a video camera on, and now everybody want to be bilingual and shit.
Oh no. Wow, I'm still speaking good old American New Jersey English. I have no idea what's going on
Like
here.
casting video.
So how is it that in French, wow is sensational? That's just too much. I just need a wow. Oui.
So you listen to
The
the
fact
real
that this is still happening.
I know I missed the age threshold, but I'm still
That's
gonna
a
No,
weird-
because fucking CT is like 45 still out here doing
real
challenges.
on the
say
challenge.
real world. Real world, I think the cutoff is like 30.
Yeah,
Oh, but we still look.
Yeah, so I mean,
No.
MTV,
I mean, white people lie about shit all the time.
I'm
about pictures.
down for whatever.
I'm very proficient in Excel.
This
So,
should have been the drink episode.
okay.
Because she-
Let's bring this back because
better.
I just can't. I
You
just
better.
can't. Why? You're not even helping.
He said I'm very proficient.
Very proficient in Excel. I sure can.
Anyway, thank you very much for sharing your weekend. Our condolences to you and your family for your dog.
words a second. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Recipe. Karen, get it together.
This what you expect? What you expect, girl? I just gotta say, like, what you expect? We haven't uploaded a video in fucking 11 years.
Wow.
Fucking 11. What you expect?
Anybody want a Skittle?
Yes.
I do.
Skittle time.
Hands out.
Hit Nick, my nigga. Just put your hands out.
Anyway.
Hands out. Hands out.
All right.
What is happening?
So,
What is
this
happening?
week-
Skittle wheel.
And this week we have
It's the mission bag. I'm
experienced.
about to put y'all on to some shit.
Ooh, I'm telling you, we have experienced some black excellence.
Viewers, it's Skittle time.
It's Skittle time.
No,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Nah, because y'all ain't giving us no sponsorship dollars. We just having treats.
Right.
Candy time.
Y'all get-
Hard shell chew
Candy.
candies.
Wow.
All right, hit it.
No.
That's me.
Hey, because I'm the lyrical gangster.
I'm not done with this bullshit. Some bullshit. Get it together.
Get your purse. Get your
Wow.
purse. Get your purse.
She got a
I
check
even
check.
got a purse.
All right.
Get your
Anyway.
check check.
What?
For the third time this week,
Mm.
Jay-Z and Beyonce
Mm.
released their album Everything Is Love.
Mm.
And as usual, we did not know this was coming out because Beyonce does not have a rollout anymore. Her
Does
rollout
not.
is no rollout. We just drop it.
A roll out surprise, bitches.
That's it. We just drop it and walk away.
Yep.
So
You know what I appreciate,
What are
but
your
I also don't
She
appreciate.
been Randy Watson in us.
Since self-titled. Since self-titled.
True story.
She dead ass just been like, so you ain't gotta get ready if you stay ready. So just be prepared for me to drop at
Did
any
you see
moment.
her talking about the first time she ever did it?
What?
She said that she had just came off the stage.
Mhm.
She had went home. She had a glass of wine. She was like, I'm just gonna drop the album. Like she just had a magic button. Like the button just said album to the world.
I'm
She was like,
pretty
I was
sure she got
nervous.
an app on her phone.
She was like, I was nervous and I was thinking to myself, we haven't done anything. She was like, I just prayed and I released it.
What she mean? Like the thing
And
that
it's
she
been working.
The thing that cracks me up is her saying we haven't done anything. She gave us a whole fucking visual album talking about so I haven't done
I mean, do that. An album you weren't expecting being on time.
Wow.
Yeah, let's talk about that good music. Huh.
So what do you guys think of the album?
One,
I love it.
I knew my edges were gonna get snatched, but I'm gonna have to use like extra strength gel to keep these edges down so they last me throughout the summer.
Girl,
Because summer was like, I was just like, okay, yeah, this is cute, and then once the beat for ape shit,
It's like I
I
get a
said,
tour.
Yeah.
You get a tour.
The
We're grateful
visual for ape shit.
I still haven't watched the video.
You haven't watched the video?
I'm sorry, we will be doing that before you leave. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
That's fine.
You got that with your
We're
shoulders.
here for a group watching of the video.
First, she gives us stale tea, and then she tells us she hasn't watched ape shit yet.
Here we go.
You want suspension?
We about to go to a tribunal. I'm over this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of
I
this.
have a vote. You right.
Yeah, but once I heard the beat for ape shit, and I like to digest albums at work.
Yeah, because I was thinking that everything tastes better musically at work.
Really?
Because
I
You
can
deal
block
with
out
fuck
everything. Yes.
and it takes you away.
Yes, it does.
So you want to be taken
Yes,
away.
it does. So Monday morning, that was the only good day I had this week. Monday morning, I said, oh, everything is love is on Apple Music. Thank you, Beyonce. Thank you. And then I listened to Summer, and then Ape Shit started, and I was just like, oh, so I see how this is. I'm a fan of Beyonce rapping.
I feel like Beyonce been rapping though. If you look at her old stuff, like that's talking shit, that's trap now.
But like,
You're welcome.
this is the type of thing where this is the album that I didn't know I needed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's both of them talking their shit. Like I forget.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how it was gonna play out.
I forget which song. I think is it 713 where he's talking about. No, I think it's Friends where he's talking about if me and my wife ain't right, I ain't going to shit.
That's
And
right.
I said, listen here, Kanye.
Grown up.
Listen, are you listening?
Cause y'all asked why he wasn't at the wedding. He done told you.
You still talking about the wedding? Y'all just celebrated your 4 years of bullshit. And you still mad because he ain't go to your wedding. And he nicely told you on the record, if me and my wife ain't good, I ain't going to shit. And if you don't understand that, then we
If
can't
the house
be
on
friends.
fire, we dying together.
Listen,
What's up?
Tata take care of my kids once he done grieving. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one of those albums you have to listen once just for a feel and then
Right.
go back and
Then you
second
go
time
back.
and
Then
pick
you
up.
go back.
That's all I've been listening to all
Because
week.
honestly,
Yeah.
at first listening, I was like, because it wasn't quite what I expected.
Right.
I wasn't used to the beats because they're very, very modern.
Right.
And so I was waiting for Drunken Love,
Right.
On the Run,
Right.
like On the Run, On the Run.
R&B type of.
So when
Yeah.
I got these like trap ass beats, I'm just like, oh, yeah. And then I don't like any of this new music, so like when I got like this Migos fuckity fuck shit, I was
Yeah.
just like,
But it was
Jay-Z?
just enough.
I
But
was
it
like, Jay-Z?
just enough.
I might have to jump off this boat. I said, but you know what? Let me really sit down, and I said, okay. Okay.
My favorite tracks on the album are Friends.
Mm-hmm.
I love that friendship, like redefining how we look at success.
Yes.
Like you shouldn't be the only one in your circle that's thriving.
Right.
I love
Yes.
that.
Right.
Yes.
I like Nice and Boss is my shit too.
Right.
Yes.
And Ape shit.
I like 713.
But you know what?
713 is such a thug ass love song.
Yes.
That I appreciate the shit out of it. And
Yes.
I'm still not over the beat change at the end. That fucks me up. Like, listen, Beyonce, I don't know if you're ever gonna see this. You and Uncle Sean. Listen, okay? Because I wasn't prepared. 713, I was into the, you know what I'm saying? This is the love song that Jay-Z would give us. I understand this. I got that. But then when that beat change happened at the end, I was just like, help me, Father. I wasn't prepared. I'm still not over it. and I've listened to it several times this week.
I think it's the perfect compilation though, because
Right.
they individually talked about what they went through on
Right.
their own album.
Right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you got a chance to really be for Beyonce or understand where Jay was coming from. Then they like, in spite of all that shit, we still
We
a
work
unit
through
and
it
we
like
stronger
adults.
and whatever.
And
Like,
Working through problems like married
they out
adults.
here teaching people.
Right.
And think about what the kids are seeing now with this black love.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I have
And
no
I'm
I don't
idea.
care
misogynistic.
about that. I don't
What you
care.
say?
I have
We
no
said we
idea.
working through our problems.
Like married fucking adults.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
and then
Wait.
Breathe, Jerusalem.
Wait, did y'all see Blue?
Was he-
yes.
When they were
They were
like kissing or
That is
something,
how-
her face Blue covered in dust, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
That, I was like, no, wait, that's me. Like every time.
Blue is
when-
my spirit.
Yeah, no, seriously.
She's something.
That picture of her looking down at the peasants with the proud face.
Good
like-
job together.
So, and then when she says like, oh, shout out to Blue, and Blue was like, oh gosh, I just wanted to play the background. Like,
Right.
Blue is a gem.
I
I say this
how
all the
original
time.
her look is. She not. I love how her hair
Yes.
is
Mhm.
natural.
Yes.
I love how they don't try to take her out of being her.
I
who
was
she
just
is.
watching
Here for
like
it.
something because it's like these like top 10 things that you can find out about things, and I kind of get lost in the
Right on
whole-
YouTube.
Exactly. But and so it was like top 10 things about like Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids, and so they're like Blue doesn't have a stylist.
Mhm.
They only style her for like special events.
occasions.
So
yeah.
like during the day when she's just like walking out the house, she just walks in her closet and just picks up things. But they're like she doesn't like she just does like they do everything to
I
keep
love
her
that. Just
Yeah.
let her
very
be with
child-
7, 6.
Yeah, 6, 7. Like they just do everything
How
to
many
keep
toys
her.
now? 7, 8?
1.
No one. They just
One of them was graduating college.
Like,
No.
Yeah.
One of them is already being not your fave, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
They're top of the charts. It's fine.
I'm just
I
saying,
also
like,
did like
visually-
about her saying when she was just like my grandkids.
that's a lot of brown children.
And that's a lot of.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
I also,
Stop.
as if we care about Forbes, because I feel like the push with all of this is like they went to one of the whitest places that has a
Yep.
history of stealing black art
Yep.
and did fuck shit.
Yep.
Like
Yes.
they really spit in your face, like y'all swore this was so important. We here and we're more important than this whole thing. They're about to increase attendance to the Louvre.
Just so
Okay, people
can
just
take
added that
pictures
on
in
their
front
travel
of
goals.
the
Yes.
Mona
Right,
Lisa.
but I think it was like an increase because last time it was not last album, but it was Magna Carta when he started at the MoMA.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
now we're at the Louvre. Like each time, it's just this ramped up thing where he's continuing to open up your mind. Like now, people are just learning about like what the Louvre is. That's just
Yep.
like even in
Yeah.
Listen.
uncultured, but
Yep.
even in Magna Carta when people didn't know who Basquiat was.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Woo, child, get up.
I mean, and honestly, when people didn't, like,
Y'all get on my
I
nerves.
heard somebody call Basquiat.
Those are the same people who
Biscuits.
who go to the
Biscuits.
rain shop and ask for fox locks.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Girl,
Instead of
can I get
saying
some
so-
fox locks?
Oh.
I used to work with somebody. God love her. I
Like
used to work
Versace.
with somebody, and somebody was like, "Yeah, cause I'm gonna get some folks locks."
Folks, like folklore?
Folks locks.
We about to rip it in?
I don't know.
What the fuck is you about to get?
I don't know.
I just like it when people mispronounce things.
You know what? I used to be a stickler for that, but I'm not so much anymore. Because
Why?
I kind of feel like sometimes it's condescending, especially when somebody has a different native tongue and they pronounce things in a different way. Like
I'll
I
let
work
that
with a
go.
girl who, like, every time one of maybe our Hispanic coworkers would say something incorrectly, like she pounces on them. And I'm
No.
just
That's
like,
too much.
what makes you
I'll
so
tell them
sure?
if we have that type of relationship, like one of my coworkers, she kept saying, what is it, phenomenal woman wrong?
Mhm.
And this
How-
is,
how?
she kept saying phenomenally woman, and I'm just like,
Oh,
it's just
okay.
phenomenal woman.
Yeah.
Just
Phenomenal
phenomenal woman.
woman.
But she was like, yeah, because you know, when I heard phenomenally woman the first time, I'm just like,
Nah.
so when we was in the car to go get lunch, it was just me and her, and she said it again. And I was just like, it's phenomenal woman. And she was like, that's what I said. I said, no, you said phenomenally.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people where I would want somebody to tell me if I was pronouncing something
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
Don't let me just continue to be loud and wrong.
Or
I
what
like people to have the freedom with the
or what
words.
I
If
try
I
to
understand
do
what you're
is-
saying.
Yeah. What I try to do is I will repeat it in the correct way, so hopefully you pick it up.
Some people don't pick up on social
What about
media.
somebody who says computer?
Hey, because if you
Not
go
that you
to,
public schools.
what is it, Maryland, they add an extra ooh in the way that they say
Oh,
things.
yes,
so-
they do. I hate the way they speak. Oh, it
So,
drives me crazy.
Who am I?
Dramatic.
What?
That's not a
They call me
word.
Mr. Drum Man.
That's not a word.
That's just like when people be like,
She was confident though.
Irregardless.
Irregardless.
Y'all are being so
If they're
dramatic.
not actually words, yes. But if it's a word and you're
But
just
I make
pronouncing
up
it like
words all
tomato,
the time.
tomato, I don't have
I've never
actually
been
don't
a
have
bad
something
I
about it.
added dramatic to my.
How about you not?
So now you
How
can
about
add,
you
they
not?
call me Mr. Drumtastic. Fantastic.
Leave.
No, it's my
Gather your things.
Wow.
I don't care if this is your house.
Guess where I'm not going.
Get out.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Get out.
No.
Okay.
All right, next topic.
What's
Y'all
next?
are wild.
Y'all.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's.
Yes.
Oh, I also need an excuse to sing Bitch Stay in Your
You're
Lane.
cool.
Yes.
You need biscuits?
And yeah, because I can't just be randomly singing shit. Like, I gotta be in there.
I feel like we do
I mean,
that here
actually, I
often.
could probably.
Yeah, we do it. I think there's always a reason to randomly tell somebody to stay in their lane.
But specifically, bitch, stay in your lane. Like, I gotta get the notes correct.
I mean,
I have a nasty habit of when I drive, the B word gets flown around all the time.
Oh.
When I drive, that's like, bitch, what you doing, bitch? Bitch.
Yeah, so unfortunately Friday I was at the peak level of I don't give a fuck, and I accidentally told my boss to suck my dick from the back.
Oh gosh, she
It wasn't my
repeated it
fault.
out loud.
It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. Listen,
I thought written form was enough, but no.
I was in the parking lot, and I was getting something out of my trunk, and like I still have my parents' vacuum cleaner in my trunk. My business is fine, whatever. So I was moving that out the way so I could get to what I needed to get to out of the trunk. So all I hear is this voice saying, "Get the fuck out of my way."
Woo!
So my response was, "Suck my dick from the back, bitch," and then I closed my trunk and kept going. I didn't realize that it was my boss jokingly yelling out the window.
oh.
So I was in the kitchen.
Vulgar.
So I was in the kitchen eating my lunch, and she comes in and she's like, "So do people really suck dick from the back?" And I was like,
But wait, what did your boss say?
She said, "Get the fuck out of my way."
Your boss speaks like that, huh?
Yeah.
Vulgar. Vulgar.
That's fine, whatever. And
Are
she's
you really just learning?
yeah.
No, I'm just making sure that I'm pronouncing it.
Right.
You know what? Okay.
She just wants to see where the accent is, so she knows where to enunciate.
Alrighty. So,
Look at her.
Ty, would you like to open
Take
up?
a look. Sit up.
Ty, would you like to open up this next segment?
What's the next segment?
This week in racism.
This week in racism.
Hey guys, we should really get a song for that.
Fuck you. Anyway.
That was a song.
Anyway.
I was trolling
I know.
you.
And then proceeded to say, it should sound something like, this week in racism.
That's not.
Como
that's
say
not
what?
That's not what I was thinking. But anyway,
For the
moving on.
Okay.
So white folks are still acting a whole ass fool, as usual. So this week in racism, permit Patty.
Racism.
Racism.
I like it.
Racism.
I like it.
Decided that it was her job, responsibility, duty, obligation to the community to call the
It wasn't
cops
bothering nobody else.
on this little black girl who was selling her waters in front of her house on a hot day.
In front of
San
her
Francisco.
house.
Yep.
In
In
San
front
Francisco.
of her house.
That happened to me when I was young. Same thing. Living in Pennsauken, the only black people on the block, we put a little table on my lawn. On my lawn. Put a sheet. Neighbors called the cops.
Are you
Cops
serious?
came out and said you can't sell lemonade without a permit, and you shouldn't be putting sugar in there. You should have some for people who have diabetes.
What?
Swear to God. On my mama.
But the crazy part about
Shouldn't
I've
be
never
putting sugar?
experienced that type of
Are you serious?
racism.
For real.
So-
Literally told us that we should have lemonade for people who have diabetes.
So, if
So
you
first
did-
you're telling me I don't have a permit, and now you're telling me what? I'm a child. If you have diabetes, don't buy my lemonade.
Hello.
If you have diabetes, isn't that something that you should
So
monitor?
like, what's
Right.
your problem? That we putting sugar in the lemonade, or that we selling them?
That's what I
That's a
thought.
twofer.
Make a sure.
That's
Because
a
my
twofer.
thing is so if you had diabetic friendly lemonade, would he still let you sell it?
No. No.
Exactly.
Yep, I remember that. That's back in the days when we had the police scanner and we could hear our neighbors talking on their on the cordless phones, and they used to call us all types of racial things. N-words, monkeys, animals. The property value was going down, and the hurtful part about it was I was young.
Police?
No, they would be talking to each other on their cordless phones. And the police scanner that my mom had,
she had that good one.
Yeah, it picked up their
She got that
conversations.
good one from the shack.
So the hurtful part was that my mom bought that house by herself. She saved up all her money. That was her first house that she ever purchased. So she was so excited to move us out of Camden into somewhere nice where the school system was better. And to hear the way that they were talking about her on the phone, it was just like. And then the next day, once they see us out, hey, how you doing? How you doing? And I'm like, yo, these people were crazy. But we never treated them differently. Never treated them differently.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's it's like these little things that keep coming up. It's always been happening. Like these things have always been happening. For me, that was what over 15, probably 20 years ago. Now we have video evidence that this shit is still continuing.
And the fact that she still on the phone, tried to run and hide.
I like the crouching move.
Yo,
yeah.
That was funny.
Man, what you doing?
This nigga over here eating pigs! Like, no.
I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
What she was doing? Like she was.
It was like a game.
Cause she knew she was wrong. She knew she was wrong.
But the thing that really, really cracks me up is the fact that she was so deeply rooted in her whiteness that she just had to call the cops, and then come to find out this hoe don't even got a permit or a license for her.
I was just doing
weed doggy treats.
My Googles, she and Twitter, they've been dragging her.
Yes, they did. They got
her out here. Like one of the people that was carrying her product is like, we're no longer working with her.
Yep.
Really? Yeah. Like, let me tell you something. In this day and age, at least if it's racist, at least be smart enough to be racist away from the cameras. Because people will really get you out of here quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Twitter is powerful. Here,
Like,
I
it's
found
very
it. Did you
powerful.
see this one?
To clarify our previous statement, Allison is no longer a fairly.
Like,
Wow.
she's losing all her connections. And for what?
She was in a documentary.
So did the little girl have to stop selling the lemonade?
She said the cops never came.
The
So
cops never came.
in the interview, I forget which source did it. They reached out to the lady, and she was basically like, "Oh, please don't make me look bad." She said that the mom was screaming for hours about the water, and she could hear it from her window.
Okay.
So they asked her, "Well, why didn't you close your window?" Because I still would have heard it from there. So here we go with the white comfort being more important than potential black backlash. So she took it upon herself to go down and tell them to move, and she's like, that the mother was aggressive to her. She tried to paint the scene out as, her being the victim in the situation.
Of course.
And they're just like, but this is like a little girl telling what she's like, but I'm an entrepreneur myself, and I'm for that, and I wouldn't want that. And it's just like, girl, it's too late.
No. Well, shout out to the police dispatcher for not showing up.
Right.
She said she never called the police.
That she
She said she was playing.
I saw that.
She said she was playing, but we know she probably
Oh,
lied.
trick of the book. I'm just joking.
I'm just
I'm just joking. I'm just joshing.
Put your panties all in a bunch.
But that's also a form of control. You're trying to control other people, and they're on a public like that's their property.
Their property.
Too.
This is where they live. This is not in front of your house. Not in front of somebody else's house. This is literally where they live.
You know how many
So
times
You
my
can't even be
neighbors had-
black in front of where you fucking live at. Like that's just so ridiculous.
So can people just show up in San Francisco like they did in Oakland for
Selling waters.
Yeah.
Oh God!
just
With
build
the
a
electric
fucking
slide,
water
I
park
am
in front of
there.
the house?
I'm there.
But then when we look at situations like that, white people have to be held accountable for calling the police for nonsense.
Right.
Because then we look at this little boy who just got shot in the back by a police officer. When police officers mix with minorities, it can always be a life and death situation. That's why they have to be held accountable for this shit. Like your comfort, it can't be more important than putting this person's life literally at risk.
At risk, exactly.
And that's the issue. It's not like this stuff is new. It's just that we have the visibility now to show y'all who y'all are. 53%. Do you see yourself?
Y'all see you? Listen, I
Roseanne.
don't believe.
Did y'all see the lady in the pool? Who called the police?
Yeah.
Pool. What was her name? Pool Patty. She was sitting there and it was black women in the pool and she was agitating them and they ended up calling the cops talking about because I was depressed. I just wanted to talk to them, ma'am. That's not their problem.
Oh.
I just wanted to talk to them, so I'm gonna call.
So
And this started to cry. Soon as the police got there, and the police officer, he was just standing there like this. And then she started crying. And then that one and that one.
Here we
and
go
then
with
they
the
were
white
making
tears.
fun of me.
Here we go with the white tears.
But
So I'm saying.
a police department paid. I don't know if you guys remember. It was like maybe 2-3 years ago. The black girl who was being
Who got body
Oh
snatched.
yeah, 100 and something.
almost $150,000.
Good, if you get fired.
But my thing is,
Should've.
I like to ask the question: are we trading our abusers for cash?
Yeah,
Because it feels like this is a consistent thing that they are allowed to do these things to us if they can pay for it. Like it always comes down to, did you get paid for
Did
it?
you get paid for
When
it?
the conversation should be, it shouldn't be happening in the first place.
Honestly,
shit.
I would rather that person get fired
Mm-hmm.
and get blackballed and all that other shit, because people need to know that you're garbage. Like the man who was involved in another shooting.
Right.
Him getting fired from the university for assaulting another black man, that's something that his next employer needed to know,
Yeah.
because he never would have got that freaking job.
But
that's the
yes, he
other part.
did.
That's the other part about it. What also needs to stop happening is once these police get fired, just like there is a national registry for sex
child abuse,
offenders,
right.
child abuse, there needs to be stop
I
hiring
feel like
these police.
They
Like,
should have to have insurance.
They will go back.
Police officers should be required to have insurance in the same way that a doctor has to have malpractice insurance.
Yep.
Yes.
And a cosmetologist has to have insurance in case she burns your hairs off.
Right.
A damn police officer who literally has the power to life and death should also have to pay insurance. And if you have these infractions on your record, it should be hard to insure you, and then you can't hold your job.
Right.
It's that simple to me.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they don't if they're public servants in the same way that a medical doctor is.
Well, more than likely, it's because a lot of them are unionized. So
Yeah.
the union has the insurance and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they'll take care of it on the cops' behalf.
Yeah, but eventually, I know we're saying that there's a trade, but I think that after a while, they're going to stop, hopefully, get tired of paying this money. Like after a while, because we understand that these budgets aren't money, like these budgets aren't, cash cows. They're not just money pits where you just have a whole bunch of money there. Eventually, they're going
Start
to get
threatening
tired.
somebody's pension, and I bet you should.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Like, you didn't have too many infractions, so we're gonna have to take this money out your pension.
Yeah, but eventually they should, and that also should be something, or you want to start paying this money. Like,
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Go crazy.
Yeah.
Get them in the pocket.
Let me
me fuck
grab
up
your
your credit.
house for this.
Well, put
Like-
the house up as collateral.
Exactly.
Then you'll think twice about shooting to kill instead of shooting to
Did
wound.
y'all see that
Yes.
story of this white cop? I think he was like a sheriff or some shit like that. That specifically went after his daughter's boyfriend.
Yes.
I
His
saw
black-
that. I saw
Yeah.
that.
And I was like, oh, he actually got fired.
He got fired.
Well, look at that.
Get him
But
out of
then
here.
the question is,
Will he get hired
will
tomorrow?
he get hired somewhere else?
But here's the thing, because if they're getting hired in the next town over, in the next city over, y'all don't talk.
They don't care.
Girl, you ever been down to any state building? Oh, they didn't send your paperwork up from the first floor.
Right.
Why you ain't walking
Can you call
downstairs
them?
to get it?
Can you call them? No, you gotta go down, stand in the line, fill up the paper. They
Start
don't do
scratch.
good. Yes,
No,
they don't do
and
good.
I deal with this all the time. Like, why didn't y'all send me over the paperwork? I just communicated with you.
Mhm.
Why you not sending that over to me?
Mm.
Because it went to so-and-so's desk and sat here and sat there. Like, no, they don't talk to each other. But I think sometimes they do and they don't care.
Yeah. Ugh, well, I'm just gonna keep calling the cops on white people whenever they're too
Yo, that's
loud.
what
But
somebody
think
said,
about it, as an
like-
adult, how many times have you ever called? Because a friend of mine posed the question, a black man on Facebook last night, and he said, in his life, he's never called the police on anyone because he hasn't had reason, and that's what's failing to be prevalent in these situations, the reason issue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He said that the police were called on him twice. Once because he was disputing a charge with his mechanic, and they were arguing back and forth. It was no violence or anything. They're just disputing the charge.
Right.
And then the second time, he said for not tipping. Yes. And amazingly, there was a host of people who had the police called on them for not leaving a tip for poor service. So then I had to think to myself, like,
How
as
is
an
that
adult,
even something? So do they track you down? Like I don't.
no, at the restaurant, they will fail to even take the rest of the money if you don't include a tip as
Who's
well.
calling the cops? The waitress?
Yes,
Girl,
yes,
bye.
yes. So my thing is this: when it comes to us, because we know what can happen when the police get involved, we always seek to diffuse the situation to the point where we have a societal belief of don't snitch
Right.
because you know that things can happen.
Right.
But when it comes to white people, they don't bear the repercussions of policing.
Yeah.
Right.
So their reasoning, they don't have to have that judgment.
Yeah.
And that's a really interesting thing because I'm thinking to myself, I haven't called the police on anyone as an adult
Yeah,
woman.
Recent, as an adult, I have, but that's only because there was my neighbors next to my parents' house. When they used to live there, they were crazy, and we had hesitation on calling the cops on them because they're black, but at the same time, they kept doing shit that they wasn't supposed to.
Right.
Like the mom left her 3-year-old baby outside on the step in his robe. Talk about if you want your daddy, go get him. The dad
What?
left. And she put the baby outside on the porch, and this is in like November.
Oh.
And mom was coming home from I think she was coming home from like a pool match or something. Little boy is outside in his robe and his skivvies and his slippers, hysterically crying, and she just in the house.
Oh, no.
Just in the house. And then
Can't be endangering children.
further, I think right before they finally decided to move or whatever, the husband hit the wife with her car.
I remember that.
So at that point,
Call them.
exactly. At that point, and then the thing that really fucked us up was we had a house full of people. We had a house full of people. I forget, mama's having some type of something. She was entertaining, and we had a house full of women. And all we hear is them arguing next door, and I'm just like, yo, we sorry, because our houses are so close that you can hear them arguing in our living room. And this is summertime, we got the windows open, music going, whatever. And then, their argument moves outside. He gets in her car. He had his own car, but he gets in her car and like backs up, and we got a stop sign at the end of the block. So she's standing in the middle of the street. And he was just like, get the fuck out of my way, just let me go, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not going no fucking where. And we just sitting there in the window like, wow, okay. So he's backing up.
With your
Right.
car.
He's backing up down the street. And I'm not going no fucking where, you not going. So he said he was. So he kind of like tried to drive around her. And she jumped
in front of the car?
and he hit her with her own car.
Yeah, you got called.
Yeah, in that situation, I was like, yeah, hello, 911.
Yeah.
My neighbor just got hit with her car. And they're just like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, no, I said that right. She just got hit with her vehicle. Well, do you know who hit her? It looks like it's her husband behind the wheel. I don't want to get involved, so.
This ain't none of my
The
business.
police show up and the Lifetime crew.
Listen.
That is so.
Fucking
that
3 cop cars
I don't
pulled
think
up.
I've ever.
But that's what I would like. White people.
Oh, I'll call them with my kids. Yeah, I'll call them with the kids.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought.
I gotta see y'all.
Yeah,
you
and
can't-
where we have
jack
to.
'em up.
Like, hey, Shirley, yeah, these motherfuckers wild. Can you come on by?
Yeah,
Thanks.
Yeah.
I started too at the apartment cop because it's always like some domestic shit in my area. And one day the guy was like, the girl just started screaming across the street from me. No, this is following a whole day of them like arguing all day, and I can hear everything.
Was this on Snapchat?
Yeah, that was the one where the guy was like, tell everybody you fucked my best friend.
Oh!
And he was like walking down, he was like walking down the little driveway and saying, tell the neighborhood how you fucked my best friend. And they just was going at it, and he just kept screaming it. And he
The
left.
question is,
He came
did
back.
she fuck the best friend?
I feel like she probably
I
did.
think she did.
Somebody messaged me like,
I wasn't there, but I just feel
I feel
like.
like she did too.
He said it with his whole chest, so most of the time he not.
And I think he was with the best friend, so I don't know.
Oh.
Plot twist.
He had Tommy with him and everything. Yeah, you did it, Jane. We did it.
Bros have a host for real.
It
Huh?
was a
Listen, you
pretty
suck like cop, and I called it, okay? Okay? It
My
was a
thing is
mistake.
this.
They were
So
Oh,
a message to white people calling the police on
Stop.
black people living. I need you to consider if this person potentially dying is worth whatever you're calling them about.
Well, they don't put
Because
a
if
value
it's
on our
like-
life, so I don't
Right,
even know.
But I just need to say that out loud because that's a real thing.
But
That's
you're
a real
also
thing.
but you're also coming from a rational thought that they care about our lives,
And we know they don't.
and they don't.
But if I said it out loud, I feel like I feel better.
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
I mean, when I said what I said in the parking lot, I felt better. But you said.
All right, next
time.
Continuing
Next
on.
order of business.
Sarah Huckabee
Trash Huckabee Sanders.
Defended the person who lives in the White House's policy of imprisoning children in cages, and just lied about it. Like the whole time, I thought it was.
Ooh, and they brought Jesus in it. No, they just.
I thought it was
the Bible into it.
Right. I thought it was funny that the whole time it was Congress has to do this. The president can't do it with an executive power. Congress has to do it. Congress has to do it. At the end of the week,
It's the Democrats.
it's the Democrats, and then at the end of the week, oh, I'll just sign this little paper.
Meanwhile, it's a
And-
policy.
It's a policy.
Nothing had to be. An executive order did not
have
need to be signed. It was a policy that he's created and enforced himself.
We've just seen a complete dissemination of checks and balances. That's how I feel.
Clearly.
Like,
I
absolutely.
knew that shit was shit has already been real since this whole administration
January
started.
20,
Right.
2016.
Right.
Yes.
Well, shit has been real since then. But I knew when reports came out that we were leaving the UN, I think it was like the humanitarian.
Oh my God.
I knew when we were leaving.
Some of us, nah, they left. I'm still in there. I'm still pro humanitarian.
Well, you know what? Which
No.
I want to know, can they now under international law be cited for humanitarian
Now
violations?
here's the thing. I think that's why they left. Because they know this whole no tolerance policy is garbage from beginning to end.
Exactly.
So to try to keep people from other countries calling
From
them out.
applying for asylum, which is not against the law.
Thank you.
Right.
And
This is what these people are doing. They're not coming here illegally. They are applying for asylum.
Right.
Under international law, anybody who comes to your country to apply for asylum must be admitted.
Well, Canada just legalized weed starting in October, so I'm applying for asylum.
I'm about to apply for asylum.
Somebody get into Google to send me
Google
an email.
asylum. Google asylum, Karen. Come on.
I can figure out a way for us to record the show while I'm in Canada.
Oh, is that right?
I can figure it out.
But yeah, like, and that's the other part that once again, there's always this narrative switch to make it fit what they want to fit. Where they're like, well, if you don't want your kids to be in cages, then you shouldn't come here illegally. Pause.
And that's why I've been here all week.
Not
All week.
illegal immigration.
All week.
Yes, we do have an immigration problem, and we need to take care of it. But these are people who are seeking asylum from countries like Honduras, where there are gang members after them. People trying to put people are trying to put these little girls into sex slavery, and the parents are fleeing these situations. This is not
In the same way
normal conditions.
that these white settlers, aka colonizers, came here to get away from religious persecution and things like that. This is exactly what these individuals are doing.
You mean like how they came over here and stole and raped and pillaged as they
This
claim
is
this as their own?
But I
You
just
mean like
don't-
that?
I just don't understand. Like this land
It's
doesn't
just
originally
it's such a
belong to you.
contradiction.
Right.
And now you're telling some other people that they can't come into a land that doesn't still originally belong to you.
Right.
It's such a contradiction.
And my comeback is Obama deported more immigrants.
He did.
He
Legally.
Yes,
Without
legally.
putting people in cages.
Legally.
And not to mention,
concentration camps and shit.
the places where they're holding the kids, their argument also was, well, Obama built these up, and this was from the Obama administration. No, that was for unaccompanied minors that were crossing the border by themselves.
They're literally
Not for
separating
families.
kids. Yes.
Not for families that were coming over here
I
as a unit. That was for unaccompanied minors.
Yo, when people are invested in their train of thought, I watched the lady on Twitter last night argue that people should not make fun of Sarah Huckabee nonsense because she was being treated badly. So then people came with receipts. Well, here's your president making fun of a disabled
Well,
journalist. And she literally said, we all know that that's not what was happening there, but you liberals like to spew it your own way. So they posted the video from Fox News of him doing that.
Yeah, right.
And she was just literally, and I was just like, see, at some point,
Locked
like,
in.
That's why
please
I
don't have children. That type of person, you don't want that type of person to keep producing kids,
No.
because then they're going to feed them that same ignorance and
Absolutely.
intolerance. And that's how we got this foolishness.
But
We
that's
got
why I'm a strong advocate for. I don't feel like I need to engage with people like that.
Oh no, you don't.
That whole
Oh,
you
of
gotta
course
show
not.
respect. You gotta.
Of course
No,
not.
I don't.
No.
It's like,
No.
you can't argue with a crazy person.
Listen.
You
That, I'm
can't.
telling you, and the fact that Meghan McCain always says like, oh, when the White House calls, you know, you gotta answer.
I can answer and tell them to suck my dick.
And the same way they saying that they're just carrying orders is the same thing that the Nazis said when they
Yep.
put those people in the chambers.
Yep.
That's the same thing that, you know, different southern states did when they enslaved people.
Exactly.
I'm just following orders. At a certain point, fucking orders cannot supersede your soul.
But that's
Point
why
blank, period.
people are fighting back in the ways that they can. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the Washington Post is like outsourcing the story, trying to find where these migrant kids are
Yeah.
being moved from. So
Even-
they have a whole map on their website where other people, like normal everyday citizens, are sending them in tips like, hey, I think I saw
That's
kids.
a shame that we have to do that in the government. You know what made it make sense to me? This man, a journalist put up, when I have a baby in the hospital, they give me a bracelet,
Uh-huh.
they give my wife a bracelet,
Yeah.
they give my child a bracelet.
Right.
Because I need to show that this is my child.
They belong to
They
them.
are separating these kids from these parents
Deporting
without
the parents.
any tracking.
Don't play
Or
with
they're
any
putting them in foster care.
Yep.
They're
What?
putting them in foster care like the foster care system isn't already.
So,
But
what
they're
is
holding-
this? So how do the kids get to just bypass and go into foster care, but you're detaining the parents?
They're
If
not
you're-
detaining the parents. They're deporting
So
them.
this is my thing. If you're telling the parents they can't stay, then why are you then accepting their
Keeping their
children?
kids, exactly.
Right, but then we'll turn around and be like, well, we need to figure out what we got to do with dreamers.
Go to the doctor,
Seriously?
yeah.
Exactly, and you're absolutely right. Sorry, when I went in to have my baby, I had a bracelet. My husband had a bracelet. When she was born, she had a bracelet. Anytime she walked out of that hospital and that bracelet wasn't taken off, that whole hospital automatically locks down.
That's
Point
right.
blank, period.
That's right.
Well, there was a judge who said the same thing, and that's why I feel like there is some type of check here, because regardless of what it is that they try to do, every time they go against the fiber of what it means to be an American, the courts, so far, not completely, but so
So
far,
far,
have been like, no, bitch, pipe down. You can't do
Exactly,
that.
exactly.
That's going against everything that it means to be a human being.
Exactly.
So I forget which court it was, but the judge in the trial was just like, so, like if I sell a car, they give me a receipt. When I do this, I get that. So you were taking these kids from these parents and they don't get a piece of paper or nothing?
Nothing.
Right.
Like nothing. How is that okay?
That's-
And then you can't even find their kids because they're taking them. Like I think they said there are kids as far as Harlem.
Yes.
From
Yes.
east in southern fucking Texas.
So what they
as
what,
far as Harlem.
so what other states, what some states are starting to do, and a lot of cities are starting to do is they're now saying we're not taking
Yeah.
any ICE kids.
Yep.
So y'all was saying you posted
And the
that right there.
airplanes
The
too.
airlines,
They're
yeah.
saying we're not going to be a part of this, and that's what we need.
Yes.
We need people standing up and saying, no, we're not going to do this.
Well,
That's what it
United
takes.
Airlines had that post that said that they're not flying any more flights with the kids on there. Now, that was earlier this week. Later on this week, comes to find out the government lied to them. And they did have migrant kids on this flight
They
to
made
New
it
York.
seem like-
And somebody on the flight, I think it's somebody who worked on that flight, and somebody who was on the flight was like, I think these kids are being shipped here against their will.
Wow.
And they sent out a message or whatever, and people from the ACLU was down there at fucking LaGuardia
But that's
with
the thing.
signs and things
That's
like that.
a
taking
hypocrisy.
pictures of-
You're
yeah.
saying that you don't want illegal immigrants here, but you're stealing their kids and you're bringing their kids here, and you're sending the parents back, so you're still having them here.
The
So that
thing
doesn't make
is,
sense.
they're holding them hostage, and that's what I keep.
That's
they
what I'm,
stressing
that's what I'm
people.
saying. We got what they doing with the kids, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
But-
I want to know what the hell is where are the little girls and where are the babies?
Yes, where the little because or-
nobody can
and-
tell us where the little
And
girls
also,
are.
why are they saying let you in 2 weeks?
Uh-huh.
No.
Right.
Let
you need to
us
let
in
me in now. Right.
Why are they not letting the cameras in now? Don't tell me that you'll let us find out where these kids are in 2 weeks.
Why?
What situations are these kids living in? What are you
We're gonna
doing
find
to
some
these children?
abuse We're gonna find some sexual abuse.
They've already started
It's
with
gonna
my
be
fault.
neglect.
And that shit needs to put the nail in the coffin, because for that to happen under your watch and for you to be camping for it, for your trifling ass wife to wear that jacket and y'all talk about
Oh,
she didn't mean
story.
that.
Oh, please.
I'm gonna tell y'all this about Melania. I have never felt sorry for her.
So, I'm sorry, say that again.
Yes.
Y'all know Zara has had a history of
Yes.
putting racist shit on clothes.
Swastikas.
There was a
all
purse
types
with
of
a
stuff.
swastika on it.
Yeah, I didn't
There
know
was a
that.
shirt that said "White is the new black."
Yep.
Oh, you know what?
There
I
was
remember
another
that
shirt. Now this is the shit that really stood out to me. They had a blue and white striped shirt, and it had the Star of David over the chest, and the Star of David was like this big, and it looked like the shit that the Jews had to wear when they were going into the internment camps.
So listen.
And I was just like, wait a goddamn. So nobody at Zara Googled anything.
No, they did. They did Google it, and it was intentional.
Right.
I'm done with the they didn't mean and this is that.
Now, somebody
no.
pointed to me. Somebody was like, well, this was just a different opinion. This person is very liberal, actually. It was like, he interpreted it as that was her message to her husband.
That's what somebody else said.
That's
Why do y'all
First
still
of all-
think? Wait. Why do y'all still think
That she's
that
not
she's
in this
not
with him.
in
I'm
cahoots
about to
with
say I
this?
had to get somebody together on Facebook because I'm like, they're like, oh well, did you see what she
This
said?
feeling
She-
sorry for her
I said,
is
listen,
ridiculous.
Y'all really need to stop cutting her breaks. I said she is complicit. Her silence
It's
complicit.
In the same way that y'all accused Hillary in everything that Bill Clinton did, do
Right.
not then take the same knife and cut her some slack with it. The bitch is in on it. I'm
Right.
sorry.
First
That
of
is
all,
true.
the thing that they can miss me with all of this bullshit is, one, it's fucking summertime. I don't know about anybody else.
Texas.
You went to southern fucking Texas with a trench coat on to go visit some migrant kids with that disrespectful ass message on it. And you took it off on the airplane. But you put it back on. You're still in fucking Texas. So you mean to tell me you took your Botox ass face and put your face and body into that jacket in DC where it was hot as Satan's balls outside, and you flew from hot ass DC to even fucking hotter southern Texas with a trench coat on?
Did you expect any better? Remember her waterproof Manolos?
Or the pussy bell? Yeah, you know, all of those things.
For all my people who watch The Handmaid's Tale of Donald, aka Melania Trump,
Well,
do not feel sorry for her. She
I
is
don't.
complicit.
I don't.
I don't
She
feel
is-
sorry
known
she
for
is
her
her.
husband's
profiting,
trash
and then on
because
top of
wasn't
that-
she the side chick to the second side chick?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she's also someone who has benefited from being an immigrant in this country. So for you to stand beside that,
Not
is
for
disgusting.
nothing. There's also a very good question as to how did
Is she
your-
really here?
How did your immigration get fast tracked faster than everybody else?
Hello? Okay. Next topic.
Oh, because she's white. But anyway.
No, because he probably.
Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Nobody's cool over there.
No,
Fuck you.
not
And I'm out.
Oh.
Alrighty, so
This season of white people.
When is the season finale? Because the
Please.
series finale.
Never.
When is
Well, according to the census, they said that white people are dying faster than they're multiplying.
you see when
And
you
that
do when
terrorizing
you
to
when you engage in clown.
Clownery. But you know what it is? This immigration stuff is really hidden for the fact that if you let people in who are minorities, it washes out white people. So it's a bigger thing. They're trying to, keep their.
They don't
I
have
know.
a culture.
I know, and they're trying to keep this from happening, but it's already happening. Like, races are intersecting at a phenomenal rate. We cannot hold on to these old beliefs because it doesn't fit the majority of people. So listen, y'all need to get on board, or y'all can go back to where y'all came from.
Hello.
yeah, since y'all know.
That's your favorite line.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we
you
waiting.
wasn't supposed to be here either, honky. So now what?
No,
Right? Bleep. She said bleep. Alright.
Said it with a hard edge too. What you gonna do now? What you gonna do?
Question of our episode is, how long should you stay in a situationship?
So,
after you get the draws, get out.
Until your needs will no longer make you mad.
GTT.
so I don't know if you guys saw it, but I saw an article on what is it, XO Nicole,
Okay.
and this girl wrote this article about how she's been in a situationship for 3 years, and how she feels like it's okay. And I was just like, okay, sis, whatever.
Okay.
But reading the article, sis is in a relationship, but he's not.
Can we define situation?
Because they're still doing relationship stuff. So when she started off her article, she said she was in a long-time relationship. She had, her heart broken out from that. She said allegedly that she moved past the heartbreak. And then her and somebody that she used to go to school with or whatever, they connected on Twitter, DM'd each other, whatever, and moved to exchange phone numbers. They talked, they FaceTime, whatever. She says it explicitly. She fell and caught feelings for the boy and decided to tell him. Ipso facto, 3 years later, now you in a situationship, and now it really felt like the whole article was
got you, dog.
dead ass.
He got
Dead ass.
Yeah.
It really just feels like she wrote this whole article to try to convince herself that she was okay with this and trying to tell everybody else, like, no, sis, it's fine. I don't need a title. You know what? The same people who say that shit like, what's understood don't need to be explained. Bitch, yes it do. Explain it to me. Explain it to me.
She wrote you a dissertation.
Oh, why? She boo-boo the fool. Boo-boo the fool 101. That's basically what it felt like. And it's like, okay, I've had friends with benefits, situationships, whatever. But
what is a situationship? Like,
it's basically friends with benefits.
Oh, why would you so call it that?
Because friends with benefits, really, you're not supposed to be doing like hanging out, going through. Well, at least that's my definition of it.
I look back on my life. I've made some.
Here we go.
I'm still miscued.
I'm just gonna eat my.
Wait, what did I miss right now?
I'm a friendly friend with benefits.
Oh.
I used to like doing stuff with my friends that had the benefits.
No.
That had the benefit. Sound like you had the benefit package.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not doing any of
Nah,
that.
I don't have that.
I know. You're absolutely right. I was the friendly friend with
No, I'm good.
Come to my basketball game later. Okay.
Then let's do it afterwards. Oh, no, that ain't never been my speed.
Back in the day, I can do that.
That is nine. Hold on.
You good?
But I have cheated.
Really?
What? I went through a whole phase of it. Cheating and freaking. I remember one day, my boyfriend, oh my God, I'm about to release the tapes.
Did you ever get caught?
I'm about to tell you.
Oh.
I remember this one time my boyfriend read my diary. I was writing it down. And I had wrote all the freaking sneaky things I did, right? And he was at my house and he read my diary. I came home, he picked me up for work. I came home, he had punched a hole in my wall.
Oh.
Me flipping the switch, I was like, you punch your holes in my wall, that was poetry. And you out here acting crazy over some poetry. I'm a writer. He bought me a diamond necklace.
Damn.
So I've never been caught.
That was quick thinking.
Woo, girl. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. He put on, I even had him pay to get the hole repaired, and he was chauffeuring me around. I'm sorry. I was out here freaking. I was out here freaking and sneaking. But you know what? As an adult, I don't condone cheating. When you're young and dumb, you figure it out. But as an adult, I just feel like there's so many people who are willing to give you an open relationship or anything that you want, that if you're honest, you get to get what you want and not have to hide and stuff about it.
Here's my
That's just how I feel about it.
Because she gave me the distinct feeling of a pick-me. So throughout the article, she's like, we do relationship things. We spend holidays with each other's families and shit like that.
What?
I'm like, the fuck kind of situationship is this?
Yeah,
No, that's the friends with no, girl.
That's a boyfriend.
Yeah, you in a relationship.
First of all, that's the first thing. And then I'm thinking back as far as like what my definitions are as far as like friend with benefits, situationship, all that other stuff. So like friend with benefits, I'm real vocal. All I want from you is dick and gummy bears. Most of the time, I just want you to show up with dick. That's it. And then a situationship, I don't mind us. Huh? It has to be the hard one. If you come over here with some black force, I don't feel like coming over here.
Are you even flirting with me?
Right.
Or are you disrespecting me with
Feel
black
like you
force?
just told me my box was trash. Like,
Right.
black
It's the same
force.
thing.
Whoa. Whoa. So yeah, and then it's like, all right, situationship. I don't mind.
Give me a camera. I'll take it.
put them in the microwave for a few minutes.
Ew.
They'll be alright.
I'm not putting no
Gummy
goddamn.
bears in the
You
microwave.
open them up.
It's disgusting.
They just stay
They
throw them
don't.
away. You're not microwaving no guy.
They don't know anything. They don't know.
What the hell? Who the hell is microwaving? Are y'all microwaving? Y'all like Brazilian music? Are y'all microwaving?
Y'all microwave your gummy
You
bears?
know who microwaves gummy bears? People who eat spam. Let's talk about it.
Oh, I can't say
But
you.
I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. I ate spam for breakfast today. I'm still not microwaving gummy bears. That's some government cheese shit if I've ever heard it.
Welfare witchcraft.
Oh!
Wait, from the Spiminator herself?
Yo,
Child,
fuck right. It
Ghetto.
was delicious.
The
It
Ghetto.
wasn't nutritious, but I'm emotionally eating, so fuck you very much. I like emotionally eating. But yeah, no, how long do y'all think you should stay in a situationship?
Until your needs are no longer met.
Well, what if your needs are still getting met, but like, I feel like it's,
This is why you have to lay the shit out.
This
You
is
discussed
why
it
there
ahead of
needs to be
time.
boundaries. This is why there needs to be boundaries.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. I just feel like constructs like that are just innately flawed. Like eventually, it's going to go somewhere for somebody somebody gonna catch feelings.
How long has your longest situationship been? Mine has been summers. A summer, a summer.
mine will be
Hey, it's summer.
here at the end of the summer.
It's summer. I tell you, my dad gonna try to comfort me on Father's Day. And you need to stop breaking up with people so you can still be single in the summer. Dad,
What do you mean?
you need to relax. Your blood pressure is clearly.
Wait.
Yes, that's how. Girl, every time I was in a relationship around about May, I starting shit. And I'm gonna be honest. Yes.
That's what men do.
Yes, I did.
That's what men do.
Ask my friends.
As soon as thighs start getting shown, men start
Hey,
acting up.
they out here running shirtless, and I'm just like, I need a break. I feel like it's not you, it's me.
Oh Lord.
That was me. I'm about to settle down though.
Girl, you've been talking this 2 Christmases.
After summer.
Yeah.
After summer.
Until somebody sent her a good message,
morning.
good morning text message. I hate slavery.
Did you say I hate slavery?
Do not good morning text.
Yeah, until he good morning text you to death, and you're like, you know what? I don't want to do this no
This
more.
is not gonna work.
I'm good,
Not
love.
gonna
Enjoy.
I feel judged. I don't care though.
Right. She's like, I still don't want you to
That's
talk
right.
to me.
I don't like good morning text, and I'm okay with that. And whoever I'm with needs to be okay with it too. Goddamn.
I feel like situationships shouldn't last any more than a year. Like after that, I think you need either piss and
Look
go
at
or
Karen.
I'm a joke, clearly.
Alright. But the thing is, it's gonna have to be really good.
I was in one for like 5 years.
Oh,
What?
wait a minute.
Summers.
Wait a minute.
Yep, summers.
5 summers? So like you
Yeah.
took a break
But
in
we,
the fall?
at
and
one
winter?
point, we were we together? We won't say we was together.
I feel like
I
that's
mean, we
together.
were dating.
I feel like that was together.
That's
But-
together.
Nah, because that person is getting all the benefits.
And
No.
this person was in a relationship for 3 of them.
Oh, Jesus. I can't.
Then I was
love
another
no
one
shit.
for like 2.5 years.
Okay.
We were friends. Like, we were cool. We were what it was. She was in a relationship too. Clearly,
We looking at Karen like.
You like Brazilian music?
That's a punchline.
I see shit. Shit, if I was like friends, you ain't got no more fucking friends, right?
Not no more.
I'm your only friend. No.
Yeah. The Scorpio heat.
That's right.
I guess.
Next,
So
next
for
time.
me, no. Situationships, you get a season. That's all I really have for you, for real. Because then by that point, like, I'm over it. I'm moving on. I'm growing. Thank you for the lesson.
Thank you for the lesson.
Thank you.
Yeah, honestly, because I'm so direct, like, just because it's a situationship doesn't mean I'm not dating other people.
That's also
So that's the other thing that I need more clarification for, because it's like, if y'all are exclusively in a situationship, that's a relationship, sis. Like, as soon as you put that exclusivity, well, actually no, because if only she's exclusive, he's still out here fighting and bopping,
Ipso facto.
somebody's still booing
Situation.
Right.
right.
Situation
Will arise in your life, but you gotta be smart about it.
Sell up.
celebration.
Come on now. Come on, choir.
The God.
Yes, come on.
Sacrifice, but you knew you could not sleep without.
Come on, Altos.
Yeah, I was trying to fight that wave, and then I just joined it.
Yeah,
You know, sometimes it's just better to just join it.
Yeah, it
On
is.
the clownery, it's
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
Too clownery. Clownery comes back.
Where's your I Love Us For Real though?
I know, I ain't had
Oh,
time.
you left the bun and everything. Lord have mercy.
Side note, Monique been trying to tell y'all about Netflix. Now it comes out that the communication's cheap. Out here calling people the N-word. Saying the N-word in meetings like it's nothing. Monique been trying to tell y'all for real.
Still not boycotting Netflix.
Nope.
I ain't saying
Miss Abby.
Next topic.
I Love Us For Real too, Mo, but have you watched
Why are
Stranger
you
Things?
tapping so
Yes,
aggressively?
Oh, you want to talk about me?
Yes, I'm the one who went it back because
I
that
told
space
you.
was-
Good morning texting me.
That space was awkward. to
Side
me.
note, I've been ignoring Good Morning Text for a string of days. It has not ceased. Sometimes you
Don't
just
your pride, like people,
Okay, I have a question though.
that's weirdo shit. Like your pride don't make you say like,
Like,
don't keep it
right,
ignored.
and
No.
these are like these. But do you put out in the beginning that you don't like Good Morning Text messages?
What's going on?
Like the doctor, more than fake being a doctor.
She said, doesn't
You
your
know when
pride
they
make
make the
some
arm?
things are stronger than pride.
Oh.
But I ain't been giving no little
Basically,
treat.
she got that. What she's saying is she got that snapper.
I ain't
That's
been giving
coming
out no
at
trick or
that
treats. I ain't been giving out no trick or treats.
But do you put out
I'm
in the
celibate.
beginning that you don't like Good Morning Text? Like, do you say like these are the things that
Wow.
I do?
People
Oh,
think
so and they just
gonna
don't
change you?
care.
She gonna love these good morning texts.
Do they
Okay.
spell out good morning or is it a
She
GM?
gonna
Or
love these
GM,
good-
I will ignore the fuck out of you.
Like, who?
A GM? Who you talking to?
General Motors?
I think for me because
General
if it feels disingenuous, I cannot engage in it. If I feel like I'm one of, I cannot.
You ever had somebody? You ever had somebody send out a mass good morning text to all of their, and you're on one of it?
That's how I feel.
But like, you know how iPhones, when you want to send multiple text messages to people, or you want to send the same text or whatever. I had a person send me a good morning text message. There was like 5 other women attached to that, and it was just like, good morning, beautiful. I hope you have a great day. And I was just like, well, which one of these hoes is you talking
That's
to?
what I'm
It's not
saying.
me.
And then the not using of the name, that's like
Right.
classic.
Right.
That's classic. You are
Good
one
morning.
of.
Hit me with a good morning, queen. I already know.
Hello.
Hotel foolery.
Mm.
101. Good music.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Good
So
music.
I got a season for you.
Has had.
But I'm 33, so I'm about to relax. Feel me?
No,
Y'all feel me?
no,
You figure deal me?
no.
You know what? Somebody used to say that.
Why are y'all telling me no?
When you see it.
I actually believe in you.
Well-
Hey, that's my segment.
We'll believe it.
You mind your business
Maybe she
over
would
there.
have a segment.
I went over here.
Maybe she would have a segment.
I'm over here advocating.
She's having a moment.
No. She's having a moment.
I'm trying to wrap myself in a prayer cloth.
Lord, Lord. I'm just trying to wrap myself in a prayer cloth. That's it. That's it. Lord.
Oh, that's why I sat down with my angels last night and we discussed my love life and I'm getting for real.
We're yet keeping you
So
separate.
now, be on the lookout.
Okay.
So I believe in you.
I got it in me.
After
do.
the summer's over.
Wait, you heard what she said? She got it in her.
I got it in me. I do. Okay, next topic.
Uh-huh.
Into it.
Look at
Good music has been putting out bad music.
good and bad. That was really good. That's
like
like
that
good.
music.
Good and terrible, yeah.
Has been putting out.
I can't.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, who is still listening to Pusha T?
People are listening.
People are listening.
Listen, Drake about to drop a double album, so by
Double album.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then it made me think about Nicki Minaj after she got killed by Remy. She just went about her life.
Yeah, she did.
She did. I mean,
So that's what Drake was
she
saying.
pushed back. She pushed back her album also, which I think that was because I don't think her album was as good as Cardi's, but
It's probably still not, but you know, if Chun Li is anything to go by. Which, Barbie takes. Excuse me, Barbs. I just want to point out that Chun-Li's not a villain, so shut the fuck up. Thanks.
Yeah.
She's a good guy.
I'm just upset that y'all hyped that up and both songs were garbage.
Hot piping.
Garbage.
Thank you.
I ain't even look it up.
I ain't even look it up. Say you don't have to.
Basura.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much, Karen.
You're welcome.
So what was we talking about?
Bad music.
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
So y'all made me wait.
That's it.
Y'all made us hyped up the whole month of June.
Oh,
From back to back to back.
releases.
this is how you disrespected Black History Music Month?
I don't understand how it can be late though. This it has to be in the production phase, right?
What do you mean?
Like why they're
What
releasing the
excuse was
music?
there
For release.
Well, as far as Tayana is concerned,
Tayana?
No.
Tayana,
remix?
Tayana, whatever.
Okay.
It's the same shit, whatever.
Okay.
See?
No, we're just
One
talking
of
about
those.
that.
Just talking about it.
At the graduation. No. Tayana.
Yeah. So her, from what I understand, he was still like
Working on it.
yeah, on a plane back from Paris.
That's
And
what
I'm
his
like,
wife said.
This is the work that you put out.
And where is she?
Niggas was in Paris, and this is what we got. Huh?
11:59.
Okay.
And
When did the album
Really?
actually drop?
Sitting around waiting for it.
The 23rd. It was supposed to come out the 22nd. She even had like it put on shirts. Everything said the 22nd, but the album wasn't really mass released until the 23rd.
Same thing. Well, he really did Nas a disservice because
Nas's was like too.
yes,
Yeah,
Nas's
Nas.
was late, and then the next day the Carters dropped.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
that's you ain't even get a solid 24 hours
No,
of
not
people
at
to
all.
discuss that because
Yeah.
Bay and Jay was just like, here you go, children.
But
Thank
actually,
you.
there's a theory that theirs was purposely dropped for Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Which that makes sense to me.
Right, that theirs
Which that
was.
makes sense.
But I also think that they're also super petty.
Oh, I noticed that because she said she had that line in
Juneteenth wasn't Saturday though.
it wasn't
Juneteenth is the 19th.
She was
but
like,
she released on Saturday.
Watch the throne.
right.
Yeah.
But she also, when she talked about if she gave a fuck about streams, she
Oh,
would
she
put
was-
Lemonade on Spotify.
Yep.
And then, not only is she I stand Beyonce forever, but she petty, and I stand a petty quality queen because not only did she drop it on Tidal, then she dropped it on Apple Music and Spotify, and she put it on fucking SoundCloud. I said, SoundCloud too?
Yeah, it's SoundCloud.
Wow. So, okay, yeah.
So now they coming for y'all streams now.
Basically.
Yeah.
Because y'all was trying to say that they was faking streams
Right.
back in the Dizzy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I wasn't listening to anything. This is the only good music release that I was excited for.
Yeah.
And I don't think I want to listen to it now because, like I told y'all before we started recording, I've had 4 different people tell me that this wasn't it and that this album actually is not good.
Yeah.
And then I heard that her album release wasn't even an actual album release. Like, they streamed it on, like, on the internet or some shit. I was like, well, what the fuck?
Well, they were all in New York.
Right.
It looked
They
like
did
in the
like
middle
a
of the
party.
street.
Like they
Yeah.
did like a they
So
just
you
seemed like
fly
they
people
did
out to Wyoming.
But you know she from New York, so that's her hood.
Yeah.
I know he's
talking
trying to
about
build
the
a
location.
compound.
I'm not talking about, you know.
For the
In
cold.
Wyoming, yeah. So.
But that's why
I don't know. I've always been a
T.
Tiana Taylor fan. I went to see her when she came here in Philly and she performed the 7 album.
Uh-huh.
So I like her and she's a performer, so I understand her sound. But I also understand that she's gonna grow as an artist, but I just felt like this was not a good project for her. I felt like it left her short, and then I'm trying to think to myself, you can't tour with this shit. To me,
And then
It
you
didn't
want to
seem
tour with
tourable.
fucking Jeremiah? When's the last time he came out with some shit that people are bopping to? Go ahead, I'll wait.
birthday sex,
Yeah.
birthday
No, he
sex.
has had stuff after birthday sex.
Has he?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he has,
Yes,
but
he
it's
has.
just the one song that I know, and that's only because I know a stroll to it, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah, they still playing her like she new in the industry. I feel like.
Which I don't understand, because she's the way we got introduced to her was fucking My Super Sweet 16.
Right.
But a lot of people,
She been here for a
don't
long
know
time.
that. Like I was watching, what was it? I was watching what was the video that I was watching that she was in? Like a lot of people don't know that she was in one of Jay-Z's videos.
Yeah, Blue Magic.
The Blue Magic video. She was in the remix to the Independent Woman remix with Jamie Foxx, and so she's been around for a while. But a lot of people still like a lot of people like, oh, That's Iman Shumper's wife. Like, don't know
Right.
her
People
music.
really got introduced to her when she did the Fade video.
Right.
Yes.
And her body. And
Right.
everybody was like, what? She had a baby and she looked like that.
Right.
That gave her more.
Exactly.
I mean, I think underground and like urban, we all knew who she was, but like on a bigger scale. But I don't know if this is the right connection for her.
I want
wish
her to
that
move
she
over
would have
to,
stayed.
Rock Nation.
I do.
When is that happening?
I wish she would have
Ooh.
stayed with.
I
with
think she
Pharrell.
should.
Yeah.
And
Either way, go to
actually,
Pharrell or
I-
go to
And
either way.
and
Just
I
leave
thought
here.
she was going to have. I think she was going to be on Chris Brown's label, but then Chris Brown had gotten in jail,
Oh, that
got into
bullshit,
a lot,
yeah.
lot of trouble.
Damn,
stuff
all
like
the shit
that.
around her.
And
is like,
so,
Right.
so she's had opportunities to go. I just don't feel like this is a place where her talent is
No.
cultivated.
But
Like,
she still could have had a good career with Chris Brown because 7th Street is signed to Chris Brown.
that is also very true.
You know what I'm saying? So
That
it's
is
like,
also very
and them two are close. So
And
had
they're
she
still
done
close.
that, I feel
who
like
is SZA signed to?
good TDE.
CD.
No vocals.
Lord
I
help.
like SZA.
SZA is big, so go on over there, Tig.
Yeah. And TDE
All I got
actually.
is these broken vocal cords.
No women vocals.
Ah! Hell no. I like SZA. Anyway, but one thing I can say about TDEs actually takes time with their
To
artists.
develop.
And they take time to develop their artists. And like literally when an artist comes out, it's like all hands on.
Right.
So whether it is somebody as big as Kendrick or now SZA, or is it, I think there's another like artist, I think his name is J Rock, and his album came
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
and I heard really, really good things about it.
Also, when Schoolboy Q came out, they
Yes,
did
it's
the same
Schoolboy
thing.
Q.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they really take time, and I feel like they give the same amount of time
Right.
to the artist, no matter how big they're known commercially.
Right.
And I think that it needs to be something that's point. But I just feel bad for Tiana being over there, and I hated the optics of her with Kim Kardashian. I hated Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian being next to Lala. Like, I'm just like, why do you
Why is
even
Lala
like
so
her?
friends with her?
Like, why are you so friends with her?
Yeah.
What do y'all even talk about?
Mellow cheek with Lala with a cheeseburger. You know.
You cannot stand Mello.
Listen, she knows about Carmelo Anthony like I do about
But
Dwight
just think
Howard.
about all the things that she got going on. She has her reality show, the Fade the Fitness thing.
Yep.
She crushed New York Fashion Week.
Yep.
Yes.
She also had that Fade video with Kanye. Like everything is lined up for
And
her
she
to be
has
really
her
great.
nail salon.
Her nail salon, like everything is really lined up for her. But I
And
feel like
she's
they're
back
dropping the
on.
ball.
She's on what's the dance show? That's what it's on BET now. It's a dance show about
Oh.
cheerleaders or.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know, Step It Up or something like that. I don't know.
I
What is
forgot what it is.
it?
It
I don't
on
watch
MTV.
TV.
It's on
I don't watch
MTV.
scripted shows on TV.
Yeah, no, it's not on BET. It was on MTV.
Wait, you never got into the quad? Don't
The quad was
They cut it off.
beautiful.
The quad was really good.
I feel like we can still put a petition to bring it
Can we
back.
bring it to Netflix?
Yes.
It was really good.
Do not like scripted shows.
BET usually does drop a ball.
Really,
Let's
that's
see.
the only reason why I watch BET is for the awards. So this evening
Get my
will be
streams.
my yearly watch of BET, and then I will go back to not watching it because
I'm watching
You should have never got rid of AJ and Free.
listen,
Woo.
listen.
If it downhill ever since.
Downhill, okay? And Big Taylor.
Honestly,
and they all
did
that.
y'all see the commercials for the award show? First of all, it pissed me
I don't
off.
have cable, so no.
Jamie Foxx. I got bootleg.
Here's the thing that pissed me off. So I saw the
They talking
commercial.
about Jamie Foxx to hit somebody in the head with his penis. How
I'll
do you do
have
that?
use it. I'll
Where's
have
Katie
use it.
Holmes? Katie, get your man.
How?
This is years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How?
Before Katie got loose.
Either he was standing on a chair or your face was in his lap. So either way,
This
you
one,
don't see a
unless,
blunt object coming at your forehead.
unless we need Jamie, drop a tape.
Ah! Not
Unless.
drop a tape.
Safari received.
Yeah, hello.
All I know
haven't seen
is
it.
I have follow-up questions.
I have.
Just like I had follow-up questions for the girl who accused Neve of sexual assault.
Good night, ma'am.
I did.
No, I'm talking about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, ma'am.
I always have follow-up questions because
This is how I get lost in conversations. So when it was brought up in the group chat, I don't know why, but when I read it, I originally went to what's the other guy?
Max.
Aziz Ansari.
Oh,
no.
And I was like, why are we still talking about this? I thought it was
Oh
over.
God.
This is how I end up at a book reading, and I don't know who
Let
the
me tell
person
y'all
is.
something.
I don't know who the person
Let me tell y'all
is. I don't know what their story
Let me
is
tell y'all something.
because I be lost in the sauce.
I took Karen to
Well,
a
Google's
book
free, Karen.
to
It
a
is.
book
And
signing
that's why I was at the event.
for Michael Bennett.
Who is Michael Bennett?
We have discussed Michael Bennett on this very show.
Go back
One of her
to
favorite shows.
Medea Rose the Justice.
I bought her a T-shirt for her birthday that said Medea Rose the Justice. We go. Yes, we go to the event and Karen is Googling who is Michael Bennett.
Lord.
I almost made her catch it.
Michael Bennett, Philadelphia Eagles. I was like, you play for the Eagles? Child.
Karen,
I
get it together.
then
A lot of
they
things
started
going
talking
on
about
in
this
there.
court case, and I was like, what did he do? Yo, Ty was so mad.
She should have been mad at you.
I was like, well, in my defense, I ain't looked nothing up beforehand.
Wait a damn
Because I
minute.
figured
Wait
if I had
a
questions, they would be either answered, in the event or after I read the book.
And then I understood, then I really got an intimate knowledge of Karen.
Boom.
She just goes through life. And I kind of respect it. I do. Honestly.
I'm just out
She
here.
just out here existing. Okay?
She put the event in the group chat. I did I did some very facetious background research.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I didn't see this.
Fugazi background. Fugazi background.
I said, yeah, I need to be in there.
Clearly.
Yo.
Because,
What took me out was the
I know.
One
Hold
was
on,
a media
though.
search with a
But
flesh still like
if me and Malcolm,
just one.
if me and Mark Lamont Hill go together, I'm never cheating. I'm marrying that. I got a crush on
Is he
you.
in a relationship?
I'm over. Is he in a relationship?
I feel like he had groupies
I'm
at the event.
over Michael B. Jordan.
No, you're not.
Need to be clapped for.
So are you
over.
shooting your shot right here?
I'm shooting it.
Mark was good.
Yo,
I
these
like to
glasses,
read.
I can't.
I like to read. I like to uplift my people. I'm knowledgeable. Holla at me.
She don't like chicken.
I don't know if he like chicken
It's
either.
a game.
He's a black man.
But I mean, listen, if it's gonna be at our wedding, I won't dispute it.
Oh, it's gonna be at your wedding. Because I'm not coming if you ain't got no chicken.
Listen, I have a weakness
Listen.
for smart black men who love their people.
And chicken.
Splash.
Listen,
Drip, drip.
what happened?
What? Okay.
Are you Are we invited to get your club shut up? Like, what the heck?
Listen, and if I walk away from him and he says, if you walk away from me, I'll kiss you in the mouth. Okay?
This is taking a dark turn.
Trick or treat.
Well, that's what happened when we lose episode 30 something dirty game. What was it? Dirty board games? That was a good episode.
It was. I'm sorry about that.
Pray it.
Is that what it was called?
It'll come
Dirty
through.
board game?
Dirty
Yeah.
board games.
I don't remember that episode.
Because it was like 7.5 years ago, because my computer's being a hoe. That's all that happens.
Alrighty.
But what did he do? That's still giggle.
Is this the last topic we got here?
That's it.
Okay.
And I don't even know what this is about.
So,
Of course.
Walgreens pharmacy policy.
Oh!
But actually, this is not a Walgreens pharmacy policy.
Oh no! Why she gonna look at me and say, do I know? I got it right here. I got it right here.
But not the fact that we had a conversation about this before.
We did.
I don't know. Was she here?
We're not here.
I don't know if she was here.
All right.
I don't know.
Where's my
Time
purse?
She probably was assembling her 3-course meal. that she bought.
Yo, listen. Karen had.
Matter of fact, Ty, turn the camera to Karen's food.
Oh no! Let me show
no.
y'all. Let me show y'all.
Look at this.
Oh, no.
Look at this.
First of all,
What is missing is her
Karen
fried
had a llamarita. She had a hoagie with the chips on the
A
hoagie.
classic.
She had fried rice and fried chicken.
One wing.
Does that matter?
I am growing.
Girl! You ain't doing nothing. Ain't nothing growing but stretching out in the back.
I am growing. I still have needs to meet my nutritional needs.
What?
I don't know.
I have needs to meet my nutritional needs.
I don't
What the
know.
hell is going on?
That's
Oh,
something like a man
gosh.
trying to justify cheating.
And
Oh, God.
I'm really, and actually, the reality is I'm really quite concerned because 20 of the 24 hours of the day I'm hungry. And the 4 hours that I'm not, I'm asleep. So,
Tapeworm.
yeah, I
Have you
don't,
talked to somebody?
She ain't got no
I don't have
tapeworm.
to take one. I think I'm just greedy.
Hard.
I
Wow.
don't know.
I know.
Feed that rope.
Pray for me, saints.
She said you gotta feed that room.
Hello.
Well,
I mean, at least she hasn't been taking late night trips to
Hello.
late night trips to Popeyes.
This is the way I see it. I can either
That's how we bonded on Twitter.
eat fried chicken or drink Herbalife.
No, that is
No.
not the only option
There
in
it
life.
is.
Wrap her in your
There
prayer
it
cloth.
is.
Nah.
It's not.
Nah.
Actually, I
That's
kind
not how
of
any
agree
of
with
this
you.
works.
I do. I kind of agree with you.
No.
Either you gonna eat fried chicken or Herbalife. I
No.
don't agree.
Fried chicken or
Right. That's it.
What the fuck?
That's it.
What?
This escalated so
That's
quickly.
not a thing.
Fried
Yes,
chicken
it
or
is.
So-
I'm not eating fried chicken or I'm not doing crack.
Okay.
No.
I don't understand.
You sound like my dad. Every time I lose weight, he think I'm on crack.
Lord help.
You on that stuff.
My
Exactly.
chest. My chest.
You taking Herbalife, ain't you?
You on that stuff?
She is.
Every time I eat
Taking
lettuce,
Herbalife.
you ain't eating that rabbit food. Like, oh, rabbit.
You
Oh.
gonna be
Johnny.
money?
No, Lord hater.
Cause you're so fluffy.
Wow, Keisha. Just
Alright, Walgreens. They denied a lady her medicine because her baby had passed away inside of her.
Mhm.
And we found out that the pharmacists have the ability to not fill prescriptions
Yep.
if they deem it to be against their moral or religious beliefs.
What?
Yep.
The what?
And he was like berating her in front of her 5-year-old daughter and other customers because he did not want to fill this prescription. And I just want to know.
So
okay.
he wanted her to go through and give birth to a baby that was,
was dead.
dead inside
Yes.
of her.
Yes.
That's
And
disgusting.
at what
First of all-
point do you get off of your moral high horse?
Well, I'm gonna say, where in
To
what
have
area
compassion.
do morals have a place in like medicine, as far as that is concerned? Like that has nothing to do with you, bro. I don't.
Mhm. Cause you could have,
This
clearly,
person's
you
important.
could have went with the we ain't got it. You got to go to another one.
Right.
Go to another Walgreens. Don't go to this one.
Right.
But no, you took it upon yourself
So-
to be an evil person.
Because honestly, in most states, every country, every pharmacist does have that right.
Mhm.
That the pharmacist can not fill your birth control because they don't believe in it. Like, pharmacist has the right. I just feel like if the pharmacist enacts that, it is not
Fried chicken?
like those are your options.
What the hell?
The customer shouldn't know that.
Right.
You could easily just pass it off. The customer should not know what your moral beliefs are. And I'm not defending the pharmacist. He may have not known her situation. He may have just thought that she
But that's why he
wanted
should have
to-
shut his mouth.
Right, he may have not known that. But you still don't do that.
Yeah.
Period.
Because who's to say, like we said, she had a history of miscarriages and
Mhm.
things like that. So emotionally, she's already going through something. Her body literally is housing a child that she thought she was going to bring into the world,
Right.
but the baby is no longer living inside of her. So to sit there and berate her for something that she's already going through, like, that's disgusting. You could have just shut up.
In front of
You
her
could've.
child and other customers.
And other customers.
And y'all know there's only
Ooh,
about
they need to
that much
release
space
this.
in between you and the pharmacist and the people that's
Exactly.
waiting to get their prescription.
I would have made him feel so bad about himself.
But also,
I would have made him feel so bad, especially if I was a customer in the line.
Oh,
And that's
yeah.
the thing. People, and when we think about this junior situation in which the little boy was essentially stabbed to death in front of people, it always reminds me of that Kitty Genovese
Genovese.
yes, situation in which people will watch
Wait, what?
things happen. It's like back in like the 80s, she
I
was
don't think
literally
it was as far as
murdered.
that. Was it in the 80s? I thought it was like earlier than that. I thought it was like the 60s or 70s.
It's a little questionable. But
Okay.
Google Kitty Genovese.
Yes.
She was literally stabbed to death in front of her apartment complex.
Oh.
People heard her screaming. It was so bad, the killer went to his car 2 times
Yes.
to come back and finish
And
the job.
nobody called the cops.
Nobody called
like
the cops
literally
because everybody thought
somebody else was
going
going
to
to
call the
So
cops.
the neighbors are looking at her. She's running up and down the street, screaming,
Mhm.
hollering for her life, and nobody called the cops. And when the morning came, and they interviewed the neighbors, oh well, I thought so and so was going to, and I thought so and so was going to. I actually saw a documentary on that. I want to say like last year or the year before that, and one of the things that it's a hypothesis, but they think that
In a group? What?
like amongst it's like in a hypothesis like a thought that they might have, like a theory that they might have regarding this was they thought the community thought that she was a lesbian.
Yeah.
And so it was like
So that makes her different?
so it was like, well, they were trying to like ostracize like
What is happening?
well, we're not going to take care of her because she's different than us.
When I studied it in college, it was the idea of groupthink. It's easier for you to disappear in a group than it is for you to be individual. So if it's just you and someone's being hurt, you feel responsible to act.
Right.
But when you are in a group and somebody says help, unless they say you in the black shirt, help me, you feel like you can disappear in the background and it becomes everybody else's. So for me, when we hear about this situation with Junior and then this woman being berated in public, it's just like we have to step up when we see things that are happening to other people and not expect other people to do it because everybody else is passing the buck.
Yeah. Case in point, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, I am in my house watching TV, and it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. My husband and the baby are asleep, and I hear this lady screaming, "Help! Somebody help me! Somebody help me! Somebody help me!" I thought like kids are outside just playing. It's late at night in my neighborhood, so and then I hear it again. So I grab my keys, I go downstairs. I pass the neighbor and I say, "Hey, do you know what's going on?" "I don't know, but it's none of my business." And he walks past me. And he walks, and then this is a man. He walks past me. And he walks into. So now I walk across the parking lot. And a lady she thought she was being attacked by a dog. A dog was coming after her, and she was kicking the dog away. She also was walking her dog, and her dog like ran away, and he hid under her.
What kind of dog?
He was a small dog, so he ran away and he hid under like a truck.
But what kind of fuck ass dog Sherry is it? Because Booker would have been like, well, what the fuck's got that?
Let me tell you.
You sniff
Let me tell you something. That little dog saw that big dog was like, no.
Friday style. You want some of this?
No. You got his ass up the hell up out of there. So like when I went, like so a group of us heard her and kind of like went to her. But when I heard her scream, it automatically made me think of Kitty Genovese about the whole somebody's going to hear this and nobody's going to come to this woman's help. And then it actually pissed me off. I think I told you about this in the group chat. It pissed me off because the people whose dog got away, like completely disregarded this lady. Her legs were bloody.
Oh God!
Like and
she could sue.
Right. And the dog didn't actually bite her, but the dog was trying to attack her. She fell trying to defend herself from the dog.
Why was the dog trying to attack her?
I think the dog was just in a different area, and he was lost. He was in a different area, and I think he just came after her because it's dark, it's at night, he's scared, whatever the case may be. And then, like, the family comes, like, hops out the car, have y'all seen the black dog? And she's shaking, trembling, crying, and the neighbor says, "Oh, I think your dog tried to attack her." And he's like, "Oh, he don't bite. He got teeth, don't he?" That's just like saying people don't hit. Well, you got arms, don't you?
Just because they don't bite you, don't mean
You
they
don't
won't bite someone.
Shut up, Karen.
Case in point, my neighbor got hit by her own car. So
It's always a shoe. It's always a shoe.
Remember they threw the
a
shoes
bobby
at George
pin,
Bush?
flip flop.
Yes.
When they threw the shoes at George Bush.
Both of them.
I mean,
Like, you know how mad you gotta
beat
be
it no more.
to take both the shoes. You know you're gonna get locked up.
I don't understand why nobody been that mad at Trump.
Yo,
How?
Because he only lets people that he likes into the room.
Oh,
That's it.
That makes sense.
Because he's not going to go to he's not going to the Middle East going to talk to people who he knows for a fact don't like him.
Yeah, and Bush was in like the Middle East.
Right.
Yeah, that was
And that's supposed to be a sign. Well, actually,
that's a sign of disrespect.
it's a sign of disrespect, but it also in the theater world, if you throw your shoe on stage, that means somebody that did their thing. So yeah, it depends on which way where you at. What's your audience?
That is so funny.
Or you draw.
Wait,
What
what?
are you doing?
Which one will come back? One
I'm not throwing my drawers. You know what? For Luther, I would purposely buy some gravy gold, like purple satin drawers to throw on stage. Like I would just, yes, Lord, yes. I would do that. Him and Gerald Levert. I felt deeply rooted.
Help me.
The 60 seconds.
No. What?
So to the Walgreens pharmacist, screw you, buddy.
Yes. Also,
Take your malarkey somewhere else.
one of the things that my husband has pointed out several times, and I'm starting to notice, he says that in these incidents, where especially like when black women are being like attacked, or when black women, like when white people are saying things to black women or whatever the case may be, he said they wait until like if a man approaches a black woman, he said they never wait until like there's a man there, like there's never like a black man around them.
This woman wasn't black.
No, I'm just saying,
okay.
just in general, like
Yeah.
like he's like, don't you notice You good?
I was getting this sounds already.
I see. He's like, don't you notice that like when they attack these children and they attack like black women, they make sure that there's not a black man around. And I was just like,
Well, there's no guarantee that they gonna stick up for us.
Exactly, because when the girl got hemmed up in the wall, not the Walgreens, what's the nasty Waffle House?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure there were black men around here too
that is also
that
very
didn't
true.
stand up for.
Hell, we
Something
see
with a
it
chick.
every day. They didn't turn that XXS dude into fucking Malcolm X within the span of a couple of days. Like
I don't
his
know why
girlfriend,
that disturbed me so
like
much.
his girlfriend don't still need ocular surgery because he beat her so bad.
I don't know why that disturbed me so much.
You know what disturbs me? It's the fact that when we have receipts to prove that black men get the white man treatment of certain situations, they're always just like, no, we don't. We get it the worst, and da 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 da. It's like, okay, but you don't understand what I'm saying. When you guys are the abusers.
Oh, violence against women is it's good for everybody.
Right.
Yeah. Against all
Right.
races,
Yeah.
women are victimized.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm specifically talking about because that rapper, it's unfortunate that he got murdered. I'm sad for the loss of life and the fact that mama don't have her baby no more. But he was
too.
And allegedly, a child now doesn't have a father.
right. And at the same time, I can still
So
identify
young,
the fact that he's a trash ass individual,
Right.
and that I'm allowed to feel indifferent. Like I can feel empathy for the family, but still not.
But I think that's one of the things that I was kind of what I was saying about Joe Jackson when they like reported that he was in the hospital. I was just like, I have a hard time feeling bad for him.
Right.
Like now, like for the family, yeah, but like for him himself,
Meh.
okay.
Womp womp.
I mean, I don't want you to die, but I'm not gonna be sad.
I'm not. Anyway, moving right along.
You won't get no R.I.P. Joe from me.
60 seconds shootout.
Yeah, are y'all gonna put him in those clouds like you do in them ghetto ass t-shirts?
I'll go first.
I'm sick.
Taking a turn for the worse. Who's got my 60 seconds?
Who else was timer?
As soon as I can unlock my phone.
Okay. So I already have my timer up.
Hey, Karen.
I was waiting for you to say something, Keisha,
Look at my
too.
phone and blank.
She trying to throw a little dig at you.
She always trying to.
Oh, India has me. Jesus Christ.
Bazinga.
Ready?
Got that.
Go. This 60-second shootout is dedicated to my niece, Jada, who I am just beyond proud of. This week, she graduated 8th grade as basically the valedictorian of her grade.
Ew.
They told her to wear white. My girl came down the aisle, full Cleopatra realness. She even had wings. My mouth was on the floor. She got so many academic awards, the parents were looking at their own children like, what were you doing in school? It was really that crazy. And I'm just excited for who she's gonna be. Talking to one of her guidance counselors, he broke down in tears, just explaining how well of a young woman she is.
Aww.
And I'm just proud. If I don't ever have a daughter, that's my contribution to the world. Y'all welcome. That's
Yay. Congratulations, Jada.
Yeah, my baby.
Alrighty.
We live for a
Who's
good
next?
headpiece. We live for a good headpiece.
Who's next?
And it was her and one of the other Muslim girls, my niece's Muslim, and the other one she had like a little shiny joint on too. And I was like, look at y'all doing your thing.
Yes. I like how she has turned it and kind of like made it hers and made it something that's like super fashionable. It's really, really dope.
Okay, who would like to go next?
Who would like to go
Who's next?
You want to go next, Karen?
No.
Oh, gosh.
Moment of silence.
Fine, I'll go next.
Seconds of silence.
So, I got your timer.
Okay, cool. Oh, what's happening?
Girl.
Is that for Mark?
What's that?
That's her real world casting.
Lord have mercy. Here we go with these glasses.
Somebody take the mods. Somebody take them.
Next.
Alrighty. India,
Huh.
go.
This is a shootout and a shout out. Shout out to my tribe, present company included, because I've had a shitty week, like I said at the beginning of the episode. And like dead ass is how you know you got a good group of friends when they don't even know all the shit that you're going through and they still keep you grounded. Like my best friend that lives in DC didn't even know all the shit that had been going on for the last couple of months. It just hit me up. It's just like, hey sis, I know we ain't talked in a while, we're adulting, but like I love you and I value you. And I was just like, oh, so you won't make me ugly cry at 7:45 in the morning and I just beat the shit out of his face. But I love you too. Like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all because I really, really appreciate it. And also, I gotta clear my throat. This is also an emphatic fuck you to the people who do not understand that when you lose a pet, that is still like losing a family member. Mm-hmm. And all the people who do not understand that when I say I am grieving because my dog died, do not say some fuck shit to me like, oh, you'll be alright, it's just a dog. Like, you know what else? I hope I get to beat the dog shit out of you because you didn't say some bullshit about my baby. So just be understanding.
Karen is still just shooting the gun.
Why are you still shooting?
I just thought you know what you're talking about. I thought that was the point I'm supposed to shoot.
Thank you. I didn't know. My bad. Oh, I didn't know. Thank you.
I thought she knew, but I thought we'd just let her clear
I didn't know. I
Yeah,
couldn't see.
Nobody told me.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Karen?
Well,
Are you gonna go last?
Oh, sure. I guess I'll go.
Karen is baby.
I guess.
That's supposed to know.
All right, I got your time.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Go. This is to the friends in the group. There's always one friend in the group who will keep it real no matter what and will say the things that you don't necessarily want to hear. I am that friend. I'm the president of the club. We meet Tuesday every month at the pub.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because we are not appreciated at all. And I feel like just because I call a thing doesn't mean I'm rude or sarcastic or any of those things. But how many souls do you have, sis?
Oh!
How many souls do you have?
And she's shouting.
Like, I want everybody to prosper. I want everybody to prosper and to be happy in their situationships, relationships, friends with benefits, whatever. But let's just, I just believe in transference of energy. And sometimes you have to like really take a break after you come out of something. After you come out of something very heavy, like you can't just, you know. That's my.
That is a word.
Y'all just be hopping from lake to lake.
Don't they?
Not lake.
I call it monkey bar.
From
You
lagoon
grab one
to
of something, you
lagoon.
grab one another.
Alright, so what's happening?
Hey, shit. Here we go.
Sister, mother.
Hold on.
Mary Clarence over here.
Hold on.
Sister Mary Clarence.
Listen,
Yes.
Sister Mary Clarence is making
Yes.
an appearance.
Look at Sister Mary Clarence. For her 60-second shootout, this is what she doing. Any
Wow.
something together.
Keisha's
wild.
Okay, alright. Good morning, everyone.
No.
This is today's event report with Church Mother Dupree.
Oh, my stomach hurt.
This is a report from our annual Are You My Father Days picnic.
Oh, shit. Ooh.
Pastor so-and-so arrived on time. Deacon Fredericks arrived late at 5 o'clock. He was a little tipsy.
Oh.
We will be expecting you to report to our Holy Ghost AA meeting. We are pleased to announce that there were 15 positive DNA tests, and unfortunately there were 4 negative. We apologize to Sister Shorna Fredericks, who found out that Deacon Fredericks wasn't her father. I tried to tell you that after 45 years, there's some things that you just don't need to know. We will no longer be holding the dog tank because Deacon
but I'm gonna do a boomerang after that because I
I gotta get that on boomerang.
Lord help.
You ain't. Thank y'all.
What's the name of
Yeah,
Thank you very much. What's the name of the episode?
What is the name of the episode?
Woo Child Together.
There you go.
The Ghetto, yes.
Woo Child Together.
That is the name of the episode.
Oh gosh.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank
for
you so
another
much.
episode.
Oh,
For joining
God.
us
Oh,
for this
be on the lookout. The BET Awards are this evening, so I will be
Yes. Oh,
doing
it
my
is
annual
recap.
my recap. So once the award show is over, it'll be up this evening.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for that.
They'll hear this on Tuesday, so.
Well, you know, nothing's in chronological order anymore thanks to Facebook and Instagram, so
You're right.
they'll probably see it late.
You are so right.
Yeah, but that's all I got.
Thank you so much for rocking with us.
Oh,
Y'all have a great week.
Lord help.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Yeah. Welcome to the Shenopsis. Who yeah?
Yes?
Who
I
yeah?
said semi-long.
Who yeah?
Black ain't fly.
Who yeah?
What's wrong with my shorts?
With Ty. Hi,
Look.
Ty. What are you
Look
doing?
at Keisha's head. Womp womp.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Wait, I see. I saw on the thing that it something popped up.
Cut!
I was in the wrong. Ma'am.
Everyone's everyone.
Young lady.
That took me out.
I'm trying to move as much so I don't get hit in the face, but you're right.
Oh gosh.
Right.
Everyone.
I wanted to do something fun.
Well,
I think you hit the
That
nail on
was
the head.
something fun.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
I wanted to do something different and special.
I see. And
See,
you
I was about
brought
to-
out your special
Right.
lamp hat and everything.
Still her stuff
I
again?
don't even have a bag. I was ready to roll.
Is that LeBron James?
Yes, it is.
Well,
I don't know why
My
Karen
last
has
images
LeBron James
of my cousin LeBron.
on her.
Because if he leaves Cleveland, I'm a
so are you.
I'm leaving basketball.
You're leaving basketball.